My name is Natalie, at least it used to be, because someone stole my identity and started living my life. My bank accounts, my job, even my friends, all of it stolen. Not by a stranger, not by a hacker, but by someone I thought I could trust. 6 months ago, I had everything under control. I was working as a financial analyst in a multinational firm, earning enough for my first house, and dating a guy I actually thought was the one. My life wasn't perfect, but it was stable. I wasn't careless. I wasn't reckless. I paid bills on time, checked my credit score, and kept everything locked down. Or at least, I thought I did. It started with something small, something easy to ignore. One morning, I got an email. "Thank you for your recent application for a platinum credit card." But I hadn't applied for anything. I called the bank. They brushed it off as an error. So I tried to forget about it, but then it happened again. A week later, I got another notice, then another. By the time I checked my accounts, my stomach dropped. Thousands were gone. Withdrawals I hadn't made, purchases I never ordered, and worst of all, my rent payment bounced. I stared at the screen, whispering, "What is happening?" I told myself it was just an error, that everything would fix itself. So I stayed quiet and kept working. But I wasn't just losing money. I was losing control of my life. Until one day at work, my boss called me in.
Why did you send this email?
He shoved his laptop at me. It was from my account. Resignation letter, cold, final. I shook my head, panicking. "I didn't write this." But he cut me off.
Natalie, the system shows it came from your device. You're done here.
Just like that, my career was gone, and everything else started falling apart. "You're done here." By the end of the week, I had no job, no income, and thanks to the resignation, no unemployment benefits either. My boyfriend? Gone too. He texted me late at night, "You lied about money." I can't do this anymore. And just like that, I was broke, unemployed, and alone. Desperate, I ordered a copy of my credit report. When I opened it, my hands shook. It wasn't just cards. It was loans, contracts, even a car lease, all under my name. But the address? Different. Someone was living my life. I dug deeper, spent days tracing emails, calling banks, showing IDs, and then I saw it. One of the applications had a photo ID attached. My face, but it wasn't me. Same smile, same eyes, same hair. Except I knew that woman. Her name was Sophie. We'd gone to school together. She was the friend who always copied my homework, borrowed my clothes, showed up uninvited. I hadn't seen her in years, until now. She hadn't just stolen my money. She had stolen me. I tracked her down. A shiny apartment across town. I buzzed her intercom.
"Natalie!"
Her voice crackled. My fists clenched. "You know damn well who this is. Open the door." She laughed softly.
"Oh, sweetie, you shouldn't have come."
The line went dead. Moments later, 2 men stepped out of the building, blocking my path. One leaned in, his breath sour.
She doesn't want to see you. Leave.
I realized then, she wasn't just playing dress-up. She had protection, power, money, everything that was mine. Weeks blurred. Debt collectors hounded me. Friends stopped answering my calls. Even my parents believed Sophie's lies because she'd reached them first.
"Natalie's unstable. She's been lying for years."
And my parents believed her. I was trapped outside my own life, screaming at a wall no one could hear. But Sophie underestimated me. She thought I'd roll over, that I'd disappear. She forgot who I was before she wore my skin. I still had one weapon, the truth. I started small, filing police reports, filing complaints with the FTC, with every fraud bureau I could. Every officer brushed me off.
Identity theft is complicated.
But I didn't stop. I learned everything I could about cyber forensics. If Sophie wanted war, I'd give her one. One night, after weeks of sleepless digging, I struck gold. an email Sophie had sent from her Natalie account, but she slipped up. She logged in using her home Wi-Fi, her IP address, her digital fingerprint. I grinned in the dark, whispering, "Got you." I built my case carefully, printed documents, logged addresses, screenshotted timelines. Then I went to the police again, this time with a folder so thick they couldn't ignore it. The officer flipped through the pages, his brow furrowing.
This is airtight.
Finally, they opened an investigation, and a week later, Sophie was arrested. But it wasn't over. She fought back, claimed I had stolen her identity. For weeks it was a battle in court, but every time she lied, I had proof. Every forged signature, every fake address, every call traced back to her, until the judge finally leaned forward and said the words I'd been waiting for.
Identity confirmed. Defendant guilty.
The day Sophie was sentenced, I walked out of the courthouse with my head high. I wasn't whole yet. My accounts were still recovering, my credit still scarred. But my name was mine again. For the first time in months, I could breathe. 3 months later, I checked my mail. Inside was a letter. No return address. I unfolded it slowly. One sentence, scrawled in the handwriting I knew too well. "You may have won this round, Natalie, but the game isn't over." My stomach twisted. Because Sophie wasn't serving years in prison, she had taken a plea deal, and in less than 6 months, she'd be free. She stole my money, she stole my job, she even stole my family's trust, and for a while, she stole my life, but I took it back, piece by piece, and now I'm ready. Because this time, I know exactly who I'm fighting. I have to fight to keep it, and I won't lose again, because Sophie isn't finished with me, and I know she'll be back. Comment if you want the next part.